Guys, get ready with me while I talk about why I no longer talk to my biological dad. Before I start, I just want to say this is not a sad story. This is a good thing, and I probably wouldn't be here today if this was not done. So if you guys didn't see my other video, basically I just talked about how my dad called my school and snitched on me for all these things I didn't actually do. So I ended up getting the most detentions and referrals at the school. So because of that, I was super depressed. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, I was so sad. Like, I just hated everything. I got my phone taken away. I just literally had nothing. I was 12, by the way. So he noticed that I was acting depressed, which, wow, you're such a good father for noticing that I was sad. Like, love you so much for that. I'm kidding, obviously. But one day he picked me up from school. It was after I served my detention, and then we got home. He brought me to his room, and we like sat like freaking professionally. Like, I don't know what the hell this was. Like, I was literally just got back from school and got back from my mom's house. I didn't notice that I had been acting like more sad. When I tell you, I dreaded going to my dad's house. Like, every other Monday was the worst days of my life because I had to go back to my dad's house. And some people were asking, like, why didn't my mom do anything? Well, first of all, I was so young, like, I didn't realize that it was like that bad. I just thought that moms were naturally nicer because my stepmom was also super sweet to me. The thing is, if I were to tell my mom everything that was going on, like, and we took it to court or whatever, like, nothing would really get settled because he wasn't doing anything like physically wrong to me. Back to the story, he asked me, why are you so depressed, when I was just sitting in his room with him. I was like, I'm not depressed, like, I'm usually happy. And then I was like, when I'm at my mom's house, I'm usually happy when I'm at my mom's house. And I told him, I was like, actually, I don't know. I just feel a lot happier at my mom's house. And that was like me realizing that. And no joke, he says, get in the car. I said, okay. So I just like got in the car with like whatever I had already, like on, like my backpack on my back. Like, I didn't think I had to pack my belongings to go live at my mom's house forever. I didn't think that was the case. The way I'm telling it to you is exactly how it happened. There was no extra conversation. That was it. Unless my 12-year-old brain can't remember, that was exactly what happened. From what I just said, I'm sure you can assume what happened. He just took me to my mom's house, dropped me off, and that was that. Well, there was a slight conversation, and this, like, actually broke me. Like, I got out of the car, and I grabbed my stuff. I was just assuming he was dropping me back off because he was upset at me, and so I was like, okay, bye, I love you. And he said, no, you don't, and tried to shut the trunk while I was still grabbing my stuff. Like, bro almost killed me and killed my soul. Like, bro killed my spirit and almost crushed my skull, bro. Obviously, that's really bad, but what's worse, and this makes me cry just, like, thinking about it, is when he texted my brother, telling my brother he can't come back either. Well, actually, before I go on about that, my brother did have this phase where after I had gotten, like, kicked out or whatever, I didn't know what was going on. Like, my dad didn't text me anything. I thought I couldn't text my dad. I also had my phone taken away, and he still had it. Keep that in mind. My dad had my phone. My mom bought me the phone, though, so that kind of became a problem, but he didn't want me to come back, but he still had my phone, and I still had a lot of stuff at his house. So to let you know, my mom eventually got the phone back, but I never got any of my stuff back. So 5 years later, all my stuff's still at his house. Anyways, after my dad, quote unquote, kicked me out, my brother hated me, and I didn't know why. And I kept asking him. He wouldn't talk to me. He thought I was like evil. And then eventually my dad kicked him out too, or like texted him like, just don't come back, like blah, 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 whatever. And then my brother finally told me, well, I was like, so why did you hate me so long? And he was like, well, he told us you did something really bad, but I forgot. You forgot? So I literally have no idea what it could be that like makes them hate me so much, because like not even a grandparent will reach out. Like, I feel like that's pretty bizarre. After my brother started liking me again, he told me that they just threw away all of my stuff, like, including my freaking money if he didn't steal it for himself, because I had, like, $300. They're like, I know you're lying, bro. I know you're lying. Like, 300. The craziest part is that the only time he reached out was texting my brother, not even me. Bro can't even work up the courage to text me. He texted my brother, and he said that our grandpa died, our dog died, and they moved to a $100 million house. Girl, I know he had money, but I didn't know he had that much money. And we did live in a really nice house, but it was nowhere near $100 million. Like, I know you're lying. And just so you know, I hope this doesn't dox me. Okay, I'm not gonna dox myself, but we lived in the same neighborhood as like a really, really famous YouTuber, not Mr. Beast, a different famous YouTuber. And I would always talk about, oh my gosh, can like I be in one of his videos? Like he does stuff with neighbors a lot. Like, can I please be in one of his videos? My dad was like, no, like you're never gonna be famous. First of all, go look at my TikTok account. And second of all, when he said he moved to a $100 million house, he sent a YouTube video from that YouTuber and said, it's this one. And the video was called most expensive house in blah, blah, blah. And just for the record, after he kicked me and my brother out, a few years later, he became friends with this YouTuber. Like, friends with him. Like, there is a picture floating on the internet of them two sitting in, like, a Lamborghini together. Like, how petty can you be? Like, the revenge is crazy. So, yeah, hopefully this YouTuber sees this video and sees my last name and recognizes it and realizes who he's friends with. Friends with. I don't think they're bros. I think it was a one-time thing. Like, come on, bro. That's basically the story. The hardest thing for me is actually blaming, like, my dad himself, because I know he has a lot of mental issues and he, like, grew up not in a very good childhood and he suffers clearly from narcissism. So, like, I feel like I just can't really blame him. Like, I know deep down that he cares, and that's, like, what sucks, because I can't just, like, hate him, you know? Also, it really sucks not being able to see my siblings on his side, because we were really close. That's the end of the story. Let me know if you want specific ones from when I lived with him. They're crazy, and some of my friends can vouch.